We don't want to just throw you in at the deep end without giving you any training whatsoever, which is why in the first part of this course, I will be giving you a quick crash course about the SpriteKit framework before we start writing actual code. The thought behind this is that I'm convinced that it makes little sense for you to only write what I type without understanding why we are doing it. Because even though you would have a functioning runner app, you wouldn't understand the concepts behind the game. And this is why in the first few videos, we're going to talk about all of the important elements and definitions of the framework. Speaking of framework, what exactly is a framework? Well, Wikipedia defines a framework as a software framework is a universal, reusable software environment that provides particular functionality as part of a larger software platform to facilitate development of software applications. What this means is that a framework basically supplies us with basic structure that we can implement and use in our applications rather easily without having to write too much code ourselves. SpriteKit provides a traditional rendering loop that alternates between determining the contents of and rendering frames, which is extremely important, especially when working on games, since there's usually a lot going on during a game, and we want our animations to look as smooth as possible. Additionally, SpriteKit provides us with a ton of specific classes that we can use for our graphics, animations, interactions, and physical simulations. For example, it takes us only X amount of lines of code to get this pretty smooth looking animation for our hero of the game. In the next videos, we're going to have an in-depth look at the most important classes and components of SpriteKit and explain how they work so that once we start developing our game, we are fairly familiar with the framework and we already know how it works.